Hello, welcome back to JC's Learning Edge. I'm so happy that you all are here for another Friday deep dive, and I'm most excited about today's lesson. I know it's going to be just powerful, and it's definitely of the utmost importance. So I ask that you give it the next 7 to 8 minutes, truly lock in, take notes, watch this video over again, whatever you got to do. That way, you can learn how to, you know, walk into January with momentum already built. Now, let's get right into it. You see, most people, we treat December like December is our slow down month. That's the month we could take off out of the year. We treat December like the year is already over, because it is the last month of the year and we start to coast, you know. We say, I'll get serious in January or, January 1st, that's when I'm going to start this. But winners don't wait for January 1st. Winners build momentum before January 1st. And the truth is, how you finish 2025 determines how you start 2026. I'm going to say that again. How you finish 2025 determines how you start 2026. So you don't need a New Year's resolution. You need a December momentum plan. Remember, you do not need a New Year's resolution. You need a December momentum plan. And today I'm going to walk you through how to build yours, step by step, so that you can enter 2026 already moving forward instead of trying to catch up. You'll have an advantage on everybody else who's waiting for January 1st to make change. Let's get right into it. My first point is choose one keystone habit or the accelerator habit. Before we do anything else, we need to start simple. Not with 10 goals, not a long to-do list, not a new year, new me, type of energy, but one habit. And I call this, your accelerator habit. Because once this habit, is in place, it accelerates everything else. And this habit must be, small enough so you can do it every day. It needs to be specific enough so you know exactly what you're doing. And then it needs to be strategic enough that it actually builds discipline. Here are a few examples. Maybe you're going to spend 10 to 15 minutes, reading or studying. Or maybe you do a daily, 10 to 20-minute walk. Or maybe you decide I'm going to clean up, for I'm going to clean up for, 5 minutes. You need to have like a no matter what time of prayer or reflection. You can have 10 minutes of skill building in whatever field, you're in. You could, try to drink one bottle of water before lunch. You could stretch for 5 minutes. You see, I gave you various examples, so it doesn't matter what you're into. You can make anything an accelerator habit. And remember, you're not building the whole house. You're laying one brick every single day. And the reason this works is because the brain is wired for consistency, not extremeness. And we're so quick to go to the level of extreme where we just make complete overhauls of our lives, which we can't keep up with. Sometimes we may last 2 weeks if the motivation is just that good, but the moment the motivation fades, we can't do anything else. It's really the small habits that build identity, and then identity builds discipline, and discipline builds momentum. So if you could do this one habit every day from now until January 1st, you're going to enter into 2026 already in motion while everyone else is starting over. Now, that leads me to my second point. Eliminate one momentum killer. Remove the daily drag. Most people don't lose momentum because they're lazy. They lose momentum because something in their routine is stealing their energy or attention every single day. So here's your next step. Choose one thing you're going to reduce or remove for the rest of December. Not forever, just for the next, couple weeks. It can be you mindlessly scrolling through social media. It could be staying up too late. It can be, junk snacking every night. It could be, waking up and going straight to your phone. It could be negative self-talk. It could be, spending without tracking where you're spending and how much you're spending. And it could be procrastinating on small tasks. You see, we don't need perfection, we need progress. And momentum is only built by, what you start. Momentum it isn't only built by what you start. Momentum is also built with built by what you stop. So imagine if you remove one daily drag that slows you down, even just by 20%. Don't completely cut it out, just lower it by 20%. Over the next few weeks or the next couple weeks, that becomes a massive shift in your life, and you'll find yourself with more progress and being more productive. Now, let's go to point three, our last point. Create a 10-minute night routine. And this is how you get your 2026 head start. And this step right here is really where people sleep on. They don't really care for it, but momentum for the next day is truly built the night before. And I talk about this in my book. So if you want 2026 to be organized, strategic, and disciplined, you need a 10-minute reset every night in December. And here's a simple template. Step one, review your day. What went well? What didn't? Because this builds awareness and not guilt. Step two, set your big three for tomorrow. Three tasks or goals, however you want to say it, you will do the next day. And make it from your top priority to your least priority. So and do no more, no less. If you decide to do more, do that after you complete the big three that you set for whatever day. And then step three, prepare one thing for the next morning, whether it's lay out your clothes, prep your bag, set up your workspace, fill your water bottle, anything that removes, that morning friction that really can get us to, you know, leave the work desk and go back to the bed. And, this this night ritual does three things for us. It reduces stress, it increases clarity, and it makes your mornings more productive. So when January 1st hits, you're not trying to get organized. You're already walking into the new year with rhythm, flow, and structure. Now, we almost done. If you're looking for the blueprint to keep this momentum going, not just for December, but all throughout 2026, this is exactly why I wrote my book, Graduate in Half the Time. It teaches the discipline, the strategy, and the mindset behind becoming a focused, consistent, and high performance learner and achiever. And as I said, don't get frightened by the title. You might say, well, JC, I don't want to go back to school. You don't got to. This book can help anyone with a goal. The strategies and techniques I give are universal. So if you're serious about entering the new year stronger, this book will help you stay locked in. Now, remember that December is not the finish line, it's the launch pad. Most people will wait for January 1st. Most people will restart, the same habits from last year. Most people will walk into 2026 with the same struggles from 2025, but that's not you. You're building discipline now. You're gaining momentum now. You're setting the tone for your entire 2026 right now. So here's your challenge for the next couple weeks. Number one, pick your accelerated habit. Number two, remove one momentum killer. Number three, lock in your 10-minute night routine. Do this, and you're going to start the new year not with hype, but with habits. Not with emotion, but with discipline. Not with pressure, but with momentum. And that being said, remember, success doesn't shout, it shows up. And yours is already on the way. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.